Hello and welcome back to part 6 of LabBuildr Unleashed. We just finished the setup of Exchange 2013 database availability group. If we look in our setup routine, it took like a total of 86 minutes to complete the whole environment. The Exchange setup of the first Exchange machine with AD prep and all the required things took like 30 minutes. For Exchange only, the second machine 24 minutes for the Exchange only install, and the rest is for creating the database availability group, creating users and all that stuff. So after the setup is finished, so we go to the first node, we might want to open one of the Exchange tools, and there is Exchange 2013. Where is it? Exchange Administrative Center. It's a little bit hidden, so since CU4 of I think they have it included, we use the recommended settings, continue to this website, and the user account is administrator at labbuildr.local, and the password is password123 with capital P. Okay, sign in. So at this point, because of my language settings, it's the German version, so you might see some German stuff. I created some users in that environment. I created a backup user called NMM backup user that has the various Exchange settings. If we go to servers, we can see the databases that we have deployed. So it's a total of 3 databases. Each server has a local database, and we have the LabBuildr database availability group database, and the database availability group is called labbuildr DAG. I also created a public folder environment, so it's öffentliche Ordner in Germany. If we look at the public folder, there's a public folder structure LabBuildr with some locations, with EMEA, with USA, and underneath I have, at least in the EMEA, Germany with some subfolders. This all comes from a CSV structure, so if you want to modify that structure, it's a CSV in the scripts directory that will go out and create this for you. So we just hook to the second Exchange server, and from there we might want to start labbuildr dag.labbuildr.local/OWA. Copy, it must be in here, LA, HTTPS, and we continue to this website, and the user is NMM backup user at labbuildr.local, and the password is as well password123. That, and we go here for in this case for English United States, and it's GMT +1 for my case, so that's stuff you have to do. Okay, and he's opening the mailbox now, and we see we get a mail delivered that sends out a document for each user, which is the unfortunately stuff that comes from the attachments directory. In this case, it's the networker module for Microsoft 3.0 SP1 release notes. We might want to add public folders here to my favorites. That's the only way where we can do it, or how we can do it. And we put the Germany and do an add. And if we look into the Germany, there might be some stuff in as well. And there's, again, I sent this email to the public folder structure, so we have something in there in the public folder structure. As far as backup, we can close this one because that was from the Hyper-V stuff. As far as backup, we just go to configuration and groups, and in the groups we create a new, in the clients we create a new client with the new client wizard. accept, run, okay. And did you run a new cluster wizard? Yes, I say here, new client wizard. Okay, and the new client is called labbuildr DAG. And it's a traditional network client. And now again, we make the connection to the database availability group and check for all the safe sets that we can get. So it's an Exchange environment. We say next here. Just takes a few moments. And we use the DDBE node and we go do a data domain backup and say next here. And now he's going out to query the Exchange object. So he's doing an NSR VSS snap save command just to figure out what kind of objects exist, what local databases we do have, and what's the DAG databases that we have. So he discovered the environment like it should be. Don't use an execute list. We use a PSOL list again, and we can select prefer passive backup, that always the databases are backed up from the passive server. We specify a mount location. This is where the database gets mounted for consistency checks and for backup. If we don't check anything here, no consistency checks will be done because we don't need them in a DAG environment. There's a circular logging option we want to promote to full, but anyway, any case, we do not do circular logging in this environment. It's automatically set to continuous logging. We leave the default schedule and we create a new group, and the new group is called Exchange data domain, and also 0 client retries, and we'll leave the rest to defaults. Go to the next section. And very important here, we have to select rollover only. So for Exchange, there is no snapshot backup or snapshots to keep. It has to be rollover only, otherwise the backup will fail. And we back up to the network server, and we are done. So that's the complete safe set that's got created. Say create and finish. Okay, and again, we have to make sure in the media pools that on DDBE node that the Exchange group can use it, and then we go back to the configuration to that group for that group, and we would like to run. And you've seen that there is a dummy created for each local server, and if we do a double click on here, we also want to use the nmm backup user at labbuildr.local, and the password is password 123. Okay. Again, this user is created with the various or with the appropriate Exchange rights that we need to have. I say okay here, but again we go to my toolkit and cd to c /scripts, and we do a command that's called add NSR user minus backup admin nmm backup user minus host prefix, and it's the host prefix is ex. So it's going to add the Exchange servers. And as you can see, I did this already, and now I do it again for the minus labbuildr with the host prefix labbuildr database availability group, and it's added to there as well. So this is done, and now I think we are ready to run the backup. So we just check in the refresh the groups. We just check in the properties of the backup. Oops, I selected the wrong one, sorry for this. We just check if it's writing to the DDVE node, and that's okay. Just make sure that yeah, this is the right user, so we made it correct. And we say start here, and it will start the backup. So we can go to the monitoring tab and see how the backup for the Exchange database gets started. And it's the same concept right now that works here, works as well for my Exchange environment. I think, I'm not sure, but let me show if I deployed the scripts in here. Watch backup events. We can also try watch cluster backup events minus. That does not work with a. Let's try it. So he goes to the nodes and watches the backup, because it's the same concept as we do with Hyper-V, so can use just the same script. It just goes out and asks if there is a VSS stuff running and is there an NMM running, and checks what is going on. And he sees NMM backup is started at 18:45, and we have to wait for what's going to happen. Now the backup will take a few moments, so I will get back to you after the backup is done and show you some other things that we can do with labbuildr. See you soon then. Bye.